The reason I'm bringing this up is because I want to talk about your inside sales agent department today. Most days I'm talking to a broker of some kind who's interested in your home sold guaranteed realty. Talked to one today, talked to one yesterday, one the day before, and I can assure you they know what inside sales agents are, but they can't make it work. I have yet, let me listen close, I have yet in the last 12 months talked to someone, a broker owner or team leader that has an inside sales agent department. The only people I know that actually have them and it works are you guys. So we're the best at it in the industry. In real estate today, I think you guys know that most sales teams and brokerages, they delegate leads, not appointments. So the superpower on the organizational chart for you is to delegate appointments, not leads. As we're having this conversation right now, some of you are still giving out leads. And I understand, I get it. Sometimes you got a pretty good sales guy, you slide them a lead, they'll call them up and they'll book the meeting. But I'm just letting you know that they got to be pretty good for me to do that, and it's cherry picked. For consistency in the business, it's going to be more profitable, more consistent, and more predictable if you're funneling the leads, for the most part, to a couple of ISAs. So if you run the numbers on this, let's just take a look at it, okay? So I got a volume breakdown analysis I want to go through, and I think it'll be a good time for us to do that. So I would think you guys do this. Now, when I perform this with operators like you, I get blank stares sometimes. For whatever reason, there's a couple of numbers in here that are not your number. So the first one is the income per transaction. If your income per transaction is below 4%, it's in the threes, and you're undercapitalized, unless your average selling price is $1 million. So 4.5% is $18,500, okay? So if I'm selling $1 million houses and I'm making 3% on average, 30 grand, twice as much money, almost twice as much. So you can see how you can have a capitalization problem really fast. So what do? This is number one on your list. You got to work hard to get your income per transaction high. And when I say work hard, you're just testing price in the marketplace with your best performer on your team. But if your average selling price is in the fours and you're not making 4.5%, I can assure you're undercapitalized. You are going to have to subsidize the production. People that run a $400,000 to $500,000 average selling price and their commission is in the threes, they have a hard time getting an inside sales agent department to ever work at all. And the reason is, you got to pay them. Got to pay them a flat fee. You got to pay them a base salary plus commission. It's a really important position on the team, if not one of the most important. If they're not able to bang out 15 appointments a week, that's the second thing that you work on. As a leader, once you crack, I can generate an overflow of customers more than I can get to. I got that nut crack. So I'm making an assumption that if all of you have cracked the code on being able to get enough leads that are inbound leads, people contacting you, calling you, wanting to talk to you about a property, or they want information on something, or calling on a unique selling proposition or whatever. Not talking Google and Facebook ads where they're not expecting a call. I've already said those are not for inside salespeople in today's world. Just not going to be able to reach those people on the phone. So you're going to burn through human capital. You're going to waste good talent trying to do that. Do it a different way, or try to replace that marketing system. So assuming you got your lead flow, you have enough inbound calls, so that more than you can handle. Now I've got inside sales guys. The first thing I've got to work on before I get into an inside sales department is income per transaction. The lower commission earning teams struggle with inside sales department. The higher income per transaction teams do not. An inside sales agent system and team is hard enough to make work anyway. So I'm just giving it to you straight. If you've got an inside salesperson that's not booking 3 appointments a day, I was talking to Nathan Clark about this the other day, and he goes, yeah, my guys are, sometimes they get 3, sometimes they get 2.75, but we're pushing it to average 3 per ISA per day. And he's got several guys calling. And I was like, I bet Chris gets more than 3. He said, yeah, every day. And I'm like, okay, you're looking at averages, and I got to expect that the lowest person in the inside sales team probably not getting that because you're cherry picking the leads. So if you bring on an inside salesperson, they should be booking at least 3 appointments a day, minimum. All right. And if they're not, then we got to figure out why. Who are you calling? They're all inbound calls. If you guys sat down and called 6 people today that contacted your office, 6 people called in and says, I want to talk to you about this house, this property, thinking about selling my house, somebody told me to call you, whatever, inbound calls. If there were 6 of them that came in today, I think you're going to book at least 3 appointments. I don't see how it's not possible. So if you're looking for a number, that's the number I just gave you. You need to get 5 or 6 inbound leads a day to make an inside sales agent work at 15 appointments or more a week. So there's your metric to use. So that's the first milestone we're trying to get to is that I need to get to 6 inbound leads a day. 6 times 7, that's 42 a week. And you guys have probably heard me say that before. You need about 50 leads a week, all inbound, and you can turn your business into a multi-million-dollar machine. All right, so just to clean that up. Now, if you're looking at that, look real close at my numbers here. That's 15 a week. All right, so we want to net $1 million. Some of you guys are beyond it. So those of you that are netting $1 million or more, just hang with me. But to net $1 million using our financial model, which is a 40% cost of sale model, 10% marketing spend bucket, 12% labor spend, to make that work at 30%, that's $3.3 million in gross commission income. Divided by $18,500 is 178 sales. So your target commission, listen close, in this group on average should be around 20 grand. If you're making $20,000 per deal, you're good. You're going to be properly capitalized in your business. If you're making less than $15,000 per transaction, you're in the danger zone. You're not going to have enough money to pay people that what you need to pay them and invest in infrastructure and marketing to produce these kinds of quality prospects that we want. Now, when you use a pathetic 50% conversion metric with 2 ISAs, you see where you end up. 30 appointments a week, 60 met, 30 signed. That's 15 closed for the month. So at the conference this coming week, you're going to see team members there. Some of them are getting awards, and they routinely close 4, 5, 8 houses a month. You've never needed some giant team to net $1 million. But there are several things that need to happen. I'm going to repeat them. You need a good 6 leads a day that are calling in, inbound leads coming into you organically through your brand positioning, calling on a property, calling on an ad, a USP, a referral, customer that you've done business with before, inbound calls. You need to get 6 of those. So if you're not able to get 6 of those a week, that becomes number 1 on your list. You got to fix that. When you come to the conference, that should be number 1 on your list. To show up, and I'm going to fix that. What am I missing? What are other people doing that I'm not doing that's getting them more than 6 inbound calls a day? So assuming that's happening, the next thing is being properly capitalized. Most real estate sales teams are way undercapitalized. They don't make 20 grand or more in commission per transaction, and they're stuck in their business. The average income, according to the country, you just don't have enough money. So those are the 3 big drivers: at least 6 inbound a day, being properly capitalized, the inside sales agent department being able to bang out 3 appointments a day. I don't know any $1 million net earning companies that don't have inside sales departments that follow with inbound leads. I know plenty of companies that don't net $1 million a year. That's the majority of everyone in real estate. At all these other real estate brokerages, they're giving out leads. If they do have inside sales, they're calling internet leads, and it's not working. Just a big churn machine. Come to the conference with your 3 biggest challenges that you guys have. 3 biggest challenges. You can call them constraints or roadblocks, whatever you want to call them, but you have them. And you guys get there Thursday at the bars and stuff. You want to start then by looking for the solutions to those 3 issues. But you want to be clear on what they are, what those constraints are, what the challenges are. Very clear. And then over the course of those 3 days, your number 1 job is to leave the conference with the solutions in place to those 3 biggest challenges you have. Absolute clarity on it.